my name is Ali and I am here with Buzz Access with the beautiful, stunning fashionista, film star, music star, TV star, Lana Parrilla.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Looking gorgeous as
Thank
always.
you.
Welcome to the Buzz studio.
I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, nice and bright and bubbly
Very
today.
intimate.
Well, let's get to it. We have a lot to talk about because you have a lot going on.
I do, apparently.
Yes, apparently you have just released your single, April 12th.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us all about this and how the transition into the music world even happened? How did it happen?
And so it was, gosh, when the maestro of dance music and the queen of electro call and say, let's make a song, the only answer is yes.
Of course.
So Glow Vibes and Luciana, who are two wonderful friends of mine, obviously have been doing music for a lot longer than I, asked if I wanted to do a collaboration with them. And I was like, sure, let's do this.
Sure.
And this is how it all came about.
And obviously the music video itself, it's in the studio playing.
Yes.
It's quite futuristic. Do you want to
is.
tell anyone who hasn't heard the song, seen the video, a little bit about the music?
About the
song?
story.
Yeah.
So the video was directed by this wonderful photographer and director named Bel Soto. And his whole concept around the video was these two women living in different worlds, like a Mad Max versus a Matrix universe.
Ooh, very sexy.
And then there's this gorgeous man that they're both having an intimate relationship with. Ooh. And they sort of meet through this portal. And it's like these two worlds kind of collide by this man that they are sharing, which is kind of like...
we don't share our men.
I don't know. With her, I would.
Yeah.
You're like, with her, I would. She's amazing. And I absolutely love her. And so this was the whole concept. And I guess when we were recording the song, we didn't really have that in mind. It was more just like, friends coming together, doing something that they love. And it's a new world for me because I'm mostly on the acting side of this.
Yeah.
So the way I sort of approached it was like, well, think of it as a character, like I would any job.
Yeah.
As an actor, I thought, well, the easiest way for me to sing is if I create a character around it, because I'm not a natural born singer.
Hey.
So, and I love doing things that are like new for me and something that like totally freaks me out, which is singing.
Yeah. But you did it.
And I did it. And it turned out really, really well.
Yeah,
and it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's an awesome song.
Thank you.
Look beautiful. Like I said, it's Leap Around. Yeah, I'm really impressed by you challenging yourself.
Thank you.
Let's go back to what it is that you...
Oh, you're welcome.
Turning people on outside.
You're welcome, just fans.
Let's go back to what it is that we all know you for, really. Your acting is your, your baby. This is your main skill. 24, Lincoln Lawyer, Once Upon a Time. Tell me how your acting career started. How young were you with your first little play at school? What was it?
Oh gosh. Well, yes, it started off with theater at school.
Yeah.
But it actually started off with just a family member. My aunt's an actress. Her name's Candace Azara. And I would see her in plays and productions and on TV and in film. And I just idolized her. I thought she was the most beautiful woman ever, next to my mother. Aww. And I was like, my God, I love what she does. And watching her and supporting her from a little girl up until now, I gravitated toward, performing because of her. And also in my family, my grandfather and my father both had these like 8mm cameras, and we used to make home videos all the time.
Oh, that's so lovely.
So it was like already in my blood.
You were natural.
Yeah, and so it just felt like a very natural transition, and then later realized that it was a calling.
Yeah.
So I started acting professionally around 20 years old.
Wow.
And which is only 5 years ago.
Yeah, last year.
But and so it just evolved from there. But I did start in theater.
Yeah.
And I did some plays, not enough.
Right. It's very different.
But it is. Yeah, they're two different worlds.
Completely.
But the approach is similar.
Yeah, and obviously you've had a lot of years behind you in the film industry and then moving into live theatre. How was that on stage as a performer? It's nerve-wracking no matter where you are, where you stood, but the live performance has a different edge, doesn't it?
It does, because it's one long take.
You can't.
And you can't cut.
pause.
You can't. If you mess up a word, you got to figure out how to get through that. You know, the next monologue bit or whatever it is. You don't want to throw off your cast or your co-stars. So it is definitely tricky, but I loved it.
Again,
I absolutely loved being on stage. I just did a play at the Pasadena Playhouse called One of the Good Ones. And it ran for about 4 weeks. And I hadn't been on stage in probably 20 plus years.
That's fabulous, though.
So, and I wanted to do something different, especially coming out of like the strike and everything was kind of slow. But I still wanted to keep these creative juices flowing. So I've known Gloria Calderon-Collette, who wrote the play. And she and I bumped into each other in London, of all places.
Of all places, yeah.
Just a little nod to the UK. And she's like, are you seeing any plays while you're here? And I said, no, I was actually filming a movie with John Hannah and Radha Mitchell called Bad Day at the Office.
Wow, okay.
So
you're busy.
That's going to be coming out at some point.
That's something. We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. And I bumped into Gloria, and she's like, oh, I'm writing a play. And I said, oh, my God, I'd love to do theater. I've been dying to do theater again after so many years of being in television. And she's like, okay. And she started, went home with that and brainstormed and realized that I was actually perfect for the role.
Of course.
And so she ended up casting me in this production, and I had an amazing time with my cast, the best cast ever. Everyone, it really was. It was like perfect timing. Everything was kind of like really slow and still is in the industry, but it's starting to pick up again. And the play was like the perfect thing to do coming out of the strike. And
it
I
sounds
had the
like
time
to
of my life.
You are good at challenging yourself. With music, acting, you definitely are not one, by the sounds of it, to sit still.
I just feel like you got to just go for it.
Yeah.
You just got to say yes to an opportunity if it's the right thing, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
And that's why, that's why I ended up here. It's like, yes to the song, yes to the play.
Say yes.
What else is, no, I'm not going to jump out of any more planes, but like.
But no, good for you.
Yeah, I love a challenge. I really do.
What's to lose? Give it a go. And between the single and the theater, you've killed both of them. So
thank you.
Let's talk about the next project. May 24th, the release of the movie Atlas, where you're starring alongside J-Lo
Lopez, yes, Simu Liu, Sterling K. Brown.
Who else? Mark Strong. There's so many people.
There's so many people.
Okay, I need to know all about it. Just tell anyone who I have seen the preview. I think you just released it. I'm like, it looks fabulous, futuristic. Also,
it's kind of terrifying, but like really important at the same time because it's 150 years in the future. I know, we're all going to be dead.
We're not there yet.
So don't worry about it.
We won't be there.
We got this under control. But it's 150 years in the future, and basically, techno sapiens have taken over the world.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Which, by the way, isn't that far off from our current reality.
There's robots, there's cars drive themselves. This seems kind of normal.
I know. Do you ever feel bad for those little bots when they're walking around?
I live in West Hollywood. Like, I'm dodging those delivery robots all the time.
I have such a heart for them. I don't know why.
The other day, I actually have to say, I actually was having lunch somewhere and I saw one stopped. I was so concerned it was stuck. I saw someone come and rescue it, like the company. It got stuck, and it was there. I was like, I wanted to help it, but yeah, I feel for the robots.
I don't know why. I'm like, every time I see one crossing the street by itself, it feels like it's a kid or something because they're so small. Anyway, so this movie is about techno sapiens taking over the world and wiping out humanity. So good luck, everyone.
Okay, so
and J-Lo comes to save the day.
J-Lo. Of course she does.
But it's a very action-packed, futuristic, fun movie. I mean, it will have you sitting at the edge of your seat. It's super suspenseful. She's fantastic in it. Everyone's wonderful in it. It was a ton of fun to work with Brad Payton, who's our director. I mean, he's so good at those, like, end of the world films. Yeah. And it was such a unique experience. I play a scientist, a creator of human form AI. So sorry.
Tell me everything. It's all my fault. It's
all my fault. And it's really, I can't spoil too much.
Of course. Okay, no spoiler alert.
I can tease. It is a lot of fun. I mean, as you've seen in the preview, like, she is on this journey, and she is on the journey to help save humanity. And that's pretty much, you know, we're going to need someone like that one day. So I hope our future children watch this movie so they can learn from her and what to do.
If anyone can save us, it's JLo, right? Oh, well, how fun. It sounds like it was a fun, like, filming. And
it was.
Tell me, what are your outfits in 150 years from now? Tell me what you're wearing.
You know, that's a good question. I mean, definitely not this.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, this is fabulous, but
it's fabulous, but not for the future.
Yeah.
So goodbye fashion.
Oh, wow.
Is kind of how it feels a little bit. You know, it's utilitarian, like, you know, what you need stuff to be comfortable, to get away, to run, to hide, to duck. So you need clothing that's, like, you know, comfortable, like cargo pants and like combat boots, and my character actually is in a little bit of like a lab coat, but like a futuristic lab coat.
A sexy scientist. I can see it now.
Yeah,
fabulous.
My hair is actually very similar to this in the film.
Okay, so you do look like you still.
So I still look like me.
150 years, you're
minus
still
the leopard.
Beautiful. Well, also, one of the shows I caught of yours,
Why Women Kill.
Why Women Kill. I love the fashion and the clothing that you wore in your hair and just your visual, you know, just that era of clothing. Has there been any fashion in all of the things that you've done? What's been your favorite with regards to fashion? Because you are very fashionista.
Thank you.
I want to know what's been your favorite from your futuristic or your vintage waves and your gowns. Which one?
I think I would go with the latter. I love vintage gowns and anything vintage.
It's very chic, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think there is something about the 40s too. Like, Why Women Kill takes place in the 40s, and that fashion was just spectacular. Women really got dressed up. I mean, they would never be caught dead in this. They're like, what are you wearing? I'm way too futuristic for that era, but it was just so classy. Everything was like so elegant. I do know that it was hard to breathe in for a lot of those women.
Okay.
Like, I don't envy the corsets, although I did wear them on the show, and I did wear them for a show that I did called Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time, I love doing that. Tell us about that. That's a whole magical special story in itself.
Yeah, that series was a long 7 years, but it was a magical 7 years.
How amazing!
And it was a ton of fun. I played this outrageous, bodacious character who is this really evil, cunning, delicious queen. You know, she had this way about her, and she managed to capture the hearts of so many, literally and figuratively, because she crushed a lot of hearts too.
She did. You did, but she did, yeah.
Well, I guess we both have in some way, but she definitely did, way more than I. But she had this way of just, people loved her. She was so much fun. She was the classic, iconic evil queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you know, the first Disney villain ever created. To be able to step into that and play an iconic character was a chance of a lifetime.
That's kind of a dream role.
It really was. I didn't even know it at the time, because at the time the way I approached it was like, she's a human. I have to, you know, I can't look at her as this fantastical fairy tale character. I have to look at her as like, she is a real woman with a heart who's hurting, you know, and so that was the approach. And I mean, her evolution is definitely one of my favorites ever created, and definitely one of my favorites that I ever got to play.
I was going to say, is that your favorite? It's probably hard to pick your favorite to now you've done so many things.
It's definitely up there with one of the most successful roles I've ever played, and also, yes, one of my favorite, because of the longevity of it, and also the complexities within her. She had so many colors, and I played probably 12 different versions of her.
Wow.
Over the course of 7 years.
That's
you
definitely
know,
challenging you.
You think about your own evolution as a human, right? And all the different changes that we go through year after year.
12.
Right. So this character over her lifetime, it was a lot to explore, but it was a ton of fun, and it was great it was like my master class, and also like my PhD in acting.
Being in something for 7 years, it's like your family. It must have just been so wonderful to see the same crew and just be around the same people. To feel like going home. Now, I've heard the music, your theater, TV, movies. What is next for you? Like 2024 was still, you know, quite soon. You've got a lot of exciting things ahead.
Gosh, I do.
What's next, ideally, in your visual?
Well, I mean, I just think staying creative is the most important thing for every artist, right?
Yeah.
In any shape or form, whether it's painting, music, writing, acting, just trying new things and
Yeah.
seeing kind of what works. And one of my other passions is fashion. And so
Looking gorgeous as always. Like, that's what I was going to say. You look fabulous today.
Thank you, as do you. Thank you very
We
much.
try.
We try. We try. We showed up for America.
We did.
So one of my loves is fashion, and back in 2020, I was sitting there while the whole world was like not knowing what was going to happen, and we were all in this sort of scary reality. But it really, that time by yourself or that time with your loved ones, there was like so much time on our hands, right? It's like, what do you do with this? And I was never bored. I always felt like, in fact, I recorded a song then too. But we can go back to that.
Wow.
With Glow Vibes. It's called It's Over Now. And that's kind of how the whole relationship started. But while we were sitting there in our homes kind of fiddling our thumbs, I always wanted to start a fashion line. And this was something that was really near and dear to me. Like I, as a little girl, would dress up and put on fashion shows for my family since I was 3 years old.
Wow, okay.
I still do that. I did one last night.
Good for you.
I did
one this morning.
I love playing in the closet. I love putting outfits together. It's just so much fun. And anyhow, so this was always been a passion. I didn't know how it would ever come to be. But while we were sitting there in 2020, I was like, God, the whole world is so divided. How do we unify and bring people together? And so the whole thought behind the brand Regal was, how can we bring a community together? And it is sort of through fashion, Oh, I have those pants. Oh my God, I love that top.
Exactly.
And so the language started around that. And I thought, well, a great way to do that is through fashion.
Right.
So I started brainstorming on the message behind the brand. And it was really a brand of empowerment. Like, you want to feel good about who you are, having some sort of moral compass. On T-shirts and sweatpants and sweatsuits, you have an opportunity to print a message on them.
Yeah.
So the message became really important to me. And it was really about like self-assurance, feeling good about who you are, feeling good about the person you want to be or the person you're aspiring to be or the person that you just, you are, period. And so there's, with each line and each drop, it's had a different message. We've had like self-love ones. We do stuff for charities and organizations that we support, like, for Pride Month. We've done stuff for Earth Day, where we've donated a portion of the proceeds to a variety of charities.
Wow. And you're wearing one today.
And I'm wearing one today. This one's called, so this is called Keep It Peaceful. It's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
And in this climate right now, everything is so divided, the wars that are going on around the world, and I felt like it was so important to touch upon the message that we want to put out there and being a voice of peace and leading with love and peace. And so that's what this new collection is. And the brand itself is called Keep It Regal, and you can find it at keepitregal.com.
Okay.
And there's a variety of stuff there. We also do holiday drops and stuff like that. So it's just another outlet for me.
And it's fun. And
it's fun. And you can pair it really cool, obviously. It's not just like...
And you're wearing it with leopard leggings and a jacket. You've made that even more glamorous in your, so it's...
And everyone loves a t-shirt. I mean, it's like comfortable at ease. I mean, everyone in this room is pretty much wearing one, a t-shirt in their own way. And it's just like, it's an easy go-to. There's comfort wear too, like sweatsuits and stuff like that. So, and that's also how it came about, was during COVID.
Comfy clothes.
Everyone wanted comfy clothes. And so that's how we sort of...
Yeah. Okay. What do you even have time for in your spare time? Do you even have spare time? I'm thinking all these things that you're listing off. What do you do on your downtime?
Good questions. I have a dog. I had two, and one passed on, but she's still with us in spirit. So I often love to hike. I love being outdoors. I love to read. I like to do audibles. I love to see family and friends. I'm a very spiritual person, and hence Keep It Peaceful. I take the time to meditate. I take the time to go for nice meditative walks and hikes and read, and those are kind of like my things. And films, like watching movies, obviously.
Movies.
Museums.
Just being around you, you are very, like, I can feel this fabulous aura, despite the fact that you look fabulous. You're so relaxed, your energy, you're so just very, very chill.
You know, my home is always open to everyone, so I'm a very nurturing person.
take everyone in.
I love to feed everybody. I have being half Italian and Puerto Rican. That's all I do is like feed.
We eat break the bread.
I'm like, come over and eat.
Aw.
That's my thing.
Well,
yeah.
everything that you've talked about today is just unbelievably impressive. I have to say.
Thank you.
It's
That's
a pleasure
so kind.
to meet you and hear all of
Likewise.
this firsthand, seeing your career over the years. And now meeting you, I'm just so honored to meet you in person.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see more of you ahead. Atlas, May 24.
Atlas, May 24.
More music. I think
Yes.
you did mention a song in there that you wrote in COVID, but we'll just wait for that to release. Who knows when?
Who knows when?
And all the other fabulous things. Congratulations on all your endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you for having me. This has
and
been
tell
lovely.
everyone how to follow you, where to follow you, where should
Yes.
we keep up with you.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Lana Parrilla, 2 R's, 2 L's, don't screw that up. And also on TikTok. And can you believe it? I'm on TikTok.
No, because I'm overwhelmed with TikTok. I just scroll too many hours.
Yeah, but I know it's important to do all the
Good for you.
socials. So,
See,
and also on Twitter at Lana Parrilla. So it's my full name, LANAPARRILLA.
That's like how we
On
got
all
time for
platforms.
TikTok. Between all of these 75 things.
I mean, I don't sleep. It's like another job. You're wearing all the hats,
But you're killing it.
Thank
and
you.
congratulations again.
Lovely
and
to meet you, Alex.
yeah, I'm excited to see more ahead from you. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for
Maybe
coming
I'll
in.
come back and sit in this chair again one day.
Tell us more about the future. Yeah. Thank you. And
Thank you.
make sure you watch all of our interviews here at Buzz Access. I'm Ali. Bye for now.
Peace out. Hi, my name is Lana Parrilla, and you've just been buzzed.